What's good, guys? Jesse here. Welcome back to my channel. And today, and it's very late tonight, so Happy New Year to y'all. Stuff, even though it was yesterday. So yeah, I'm doing this video very late at night and stuff. So yeah, this is the very first video of 2024, and finally I gotta do a little bit of Raw tonight and stuff. So the reason I'm doing it late because everybody's asleep and stuff, and everybody makes too much noise, and yeah, and it's crazy. So yeah, I just want to do this late tonight. So for the very first Raw, which is the day one, it was a event, but it was canceled last year. Back in 2023 and stuff, and because they do their shows on the Saturday, their events, and last year it was on a Sunday, but yeah, so tonight they're doing they did I mean yesterday night they did Monday. So yeah, on the first, Raw slash day one, show, like, so it was like mixed together and stuff. So yeah, and The Rock came back and stuff, talk shit to Jinder Mahal. It was funny, man. It was fucking hilarious. Um yeah, I enjoyed it. And R-Truth still hilarious as always, and then the thinks he's in the Judgment Day and stuff, whatever. It was funny. So yeah, the show kicked off very differently. It says right here, okay, the very first match is Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax. Okay, it says right here, Raw opened a little differently this week with Wade Barrett and Michael Cole giving us and the live crowd a rundown of the card. As soon as they finished up, Lynch made her way out for the first match against Nia Jax. The man obviously the underdog against Nia Jax. She was at a severe disadvantage and decided to strain the departments, but the man has a lot more experience, speed, and versatility. While the irresistible force may have had the upper hand early on, this wasn't a one-sided fight. Instead of this being a heel dominance face kind of match, it was a back and forth exchange that allowed both competitors to be in the spotlight. After the break, Jax hit a massive Samoan drop from the middle rope for a 2 count that had the crowd thinking the match was over. As the man looked at like she was gearing up for a win, Jax hit an uppercut of nowhere before hitting her finisher for the win. Even with the sloppy moments, this match was fun. Okay, so yeah, Nia Jax defeated Becky Lynch, and everybody booed her big time. So I don't like Nia Jax at all. Nobody does. Um, it was a nice change of pace to have the announcers give a quick rundown of the card before getting right to the first match starting the show. With a 20-minute promo became too much of a pattern for WWE for a long time. Changing it up helps the show fresh. Guy looks more comfortable, blah, 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 takes better bumps. So that punch. Lynch was bleeding after the match, but it was hard to tell where it was coming from because it was only a little bit. It might have even been fake to sell the punch. Probably. Alright, the second match, Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso versus Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. Cody Rhodes made his way out to the crowd, singing along with his music and big fireworks display. He spoke about wanting his feud with Shinsuke Nakamura to be behind him, but Nakamura just kept coming at him. We got another video of Nakamura speaking in Japanese. He said their story will end next week on Raw. The next match was the second match. The next match saw Kofi Kingston team up with Jey Uso to take on Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. Vinci, yeah, that's it right. Uso and Kingston are two of the best individual tag team wrestlers in WWE and have a long history together, so they operate like a well-oiled machine without much effort. Putting them in the ring with Team Smooth, Nori guarantee for success, but the match came to a sudden conclusion. Our doctor at ringside determined Vinci could no longer compete. It's always good to err on the side of caution until the match came. Yeah, Kofi Kingston and Uso were declared the winners due to referee stoppage. Grade incomplete. which was, we don't know if it was a good match. It was, I don't know. Kingston was spotting some new gear this week. He wore shorts instead of his usual ties. It was hard to tell if this was a new look or just got to gear from last one. Mason Black. Vinci hit a running crossbody that took Kingston down in the blink of an eye. So yeah, Vinci got injured. I don't know if it was real or something. Yeah. So all right, the Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day. This is the third match. The Miz came out and wished the crowd a Happy New Year before doing his usual Miz TV introduction. However, he was wearing wrestling gear instead of his usual suit, so this was clearly going to turn into some kind of match. He tried to bring out Judgment Day, but R-Truth came out. Ended up coming out instead after a little while. JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio came out and told Truth he wasn't in the group. After some insults and yelling, the Awesome Truth reunited to take on JD and Dom, but Truth still thought he was fighting on behalf of Judgment Day. This bout wasn't designed to steal shows, and Judgment Day didn't continue the babyface run for the Miz. It worked. McDonough and Dom tried to trick Truth into hitting the Miz, but ended up leading to the A-lister hitting JD with his finisher for the win. The results: the Awesome Truth defeated JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio. The little Jimmy reference was great. I remember that one. The Miz is more suited to be a heel, but he is great at controlling the crowd when he's a babyface too. Yeah, he's good at both. I remember a long time ago the babyface didn't work. I remember he was a good guy, but then later on, it wasn't that long. He was a babyface. It didn't take too long, but real quick he became a bad guy, which made him more better. So yeah, the Miz's Hurricanrana is more like a Havoc-Rana. He doesn't get a full rotation and lands on his back instead of his stomach or feet like most people. Truth is 51 and can still hit a corkscrew crossbody like it's nothing to him. Truth tried to tag in down so they could double team JD. Was hilarious. Yeah, it was funny. Alright, the fourth match, Ivy Nile versus Rhea Ripley. I'm sorry, I barely pinched the names. The Creed brothers came out with Nile on the stage, but they went to the back after wishing her good luck so she could have spotlight to herself for her title match against Ripley. Even though both of these competitors are powerhouses in their own right, Ripley had a significant height and size advantage, so became an instant underdog. This bout had a couple of moments of miscommunication that led to awkward moments and their botches, but seemed to try to groove as the match progressed. Nile looked great at once as she started building up ahead of steam during the second half when she started hitting moves like a head scissor takeover and tornado DDT. The only chance for both women turned into chance of "This is awesome" before Nile hit a German suplex from the middle rope. However, Ripley was able to block a crossbody with a headbutt before hitting Riptide to get the win and retain her title in an entertaining performance that helped put the Nile on the map. Rhea Ripley defeated Ivy, and still the women's champion and stuff. So yeah, no moments. These are two in the kind of division. Tried to a leapfrog, but it didn't quite get over Ripley in the corner, so it looked like a little awkward. They recovered quickly though. Until Ripley works with some Ripley headbutting counter a crossbody was incredible. Alright, a former WWE champion returns to Raw, which I told you during the video and stuff. Alright, WWE was hyping the return of a former champion throughout the show, and it was finally time for the segment. Jinder Mahal came to a chorus of boos. The Maharaja yelled at the crowd of being disappointed that he was the surprise return Triple H had talked about. As he proceeded to give a promo trashing America, he was interrupted by The Rock's entrance music. Yeah, it was good. The Great One got a huge pop as he came out and greeted the fans along the aisle. He even stopped to take a selfie with the kid before getting on the apron to pose. This was a usual Rock segment. He said his lines, popped the crowd, insulted the heel, and gave him a demeaning name. Mahal attacked him, but Rocky ended up getting the upper hand and hitting the spine buster, followed by the people's elbow. As he was getting ready to wrap things up, he referred the head of the table, implying I feel rumors might be a possibility over other than the last sentence. This whole thing was a paint by numbers. Rock rock promo, but that is what W want, and it's what it works. So it's hard to be mad at it. So yeah, I liked it. It was good. The kid who got the selfie was so high, but he'll still remember that forever. The Rock's impression of the Iron Sheik could use some work, but he got the lingo down perfectly. I don't care if you need it or not. I fucking loved it. It was badass. Um, let's see something real quick. So yeah, we're on the fifth match. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks versus Natalya and Tegan Nox. The women's tag team division had two segments this week. The first one was a quick video package showing Chelsea Green and Piper Niven showing up to a club confront Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, and the second was a tag team match with Natalya and Nox taking on Baszler and Stark. Natalya and Nox are both competent performers, but Baszler and Stark had a slight edge. The Queen of Spades brought her MMA experience to the match, and Stark brought her powerful agility. Shortly after the bell rang, the show cut to a break, so a large portion of this bout was fought during the commercial and picture-in-picture. Baszler and Stark picked up the win with a double combination. So yeah, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark defeated Tegan Nox and Natalya. Segment and the club looked way more fake than WWE probably intended. You could tell the music wasn't being played in that room when they spoke. Nox's new gear looked like the front of a trapper keeper from Ace, but in a good way. Okay, whatever. The sixth and final match of tonight's Raw, day one. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, World Heavyweight Title. This is the main event. The main event of the New Year's Day edition of WWE Raw was the World Title match between McIntyre and Rollins. They have been building to this match for weeks, so it felt more like a pay-per-view bout than a standard Raw main event. True, the Scottish Warrior came out of the gate hot and immediately took control. The Visionary had received several staples to a close wound after their last counter, so he was ready at a disadvantage before the bell ring. They had the last 20 minutes of the show, so they had plenty of time to make this feel competitive and give a little. It seems ruined to this good match. Blah blah blah. Both men came close to winning several times with some of the biggest moves, but they seemed to avoid every attempt at a stomp or claymore. Eventually, Damon Priest came out to cash in his money bank briefcase, but McIntyre hit him with a claymore before he had the chance. He hit Rollins with another claymore, but when he went for the pin, Rollins got his foot on a bomb rope. The Scottish Warrior tried to put him through the announce table, but the Visionary countered and hit a pedigree. This allowed him to hit the stomp to win the match and retain his title. So yeah, Seth Rollins defeated Drew McIntyre and still World Heavyweight Champion. Samantha Irvin seemed a little more energetic than usual during her introductions on this show. McIntyre was unleashing some stiff chops during the exchange of strikes. The powerbomb counter Rollins used when McIntyre tried to hit the Claymore kick was an incredible display of power. Yeah, it was good and stuff. It was alright. I mean, this is the first night of Raw. It was the first night of Raw and stuff, and the first day of Raw also and stuff. So it's like everything's so slow when every year starts and stuff, and yeah, it was okay. So it's just The Rock and R-Truth being hilarious as always, and yeah. So this it was okay, but I'm not saying it's the best or whatever. But the only thing good was R-Truth and The Rock. Being funny throughout the show and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, that was it, and bring not much stuff, and I wish they could do for once. I mean, for many times or something. They need to stop the talking, and instead of doing so many talkings, and they need to do more matches, more fighting than talking. That's what they need to stop doing. Yeah, like Raw, put a little more matches, stop the talking, more matches and stuff. But yeah, the only thing I don't watch from WWE is NXT because that show has been sucked so many times. Yeah. So, anyways, that was it for this video, and hope if you join it or not, whatever. So like and subscribe, favorite or whatever. So yeah. Anyways, that was it, and yeah. And again, happy very late New Year and stuff. So anyways, hope you guys had a good New Year and stuff. Mine was great. I drank some alcohol and stuff like twice. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, everything's been good lately. Barely. So yeah. All right, that was it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Laters.